Have you been feeling like you could be doing more, like you could be doing better with your life, like you're underperforming, like you have so much potential, but it seems like all of this potential is boxed up in you, and you feel agitated, you don't like where you are, you feel stuck, you feel like you don't know what to do? Then this video is going to be helpful for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Oyin Consolami, and on this channel I talk about all things career growth, personal development, helping you with everything you need to go from here to your dream life. So subscribe, like, share if you do find this video helpful. So let's get into it. If you're feeling stuck, it's possibly because you're in a place where you feel like your potentials are not being maximized, where you feel like you could be doing better, like I said earlier. And it is not an uncommon place for most people to be, especially as we grow older. You feel like, okay, at some point you get to some stages where you feel stuck. That's just the word, you feel stuck. You're like, what do I do in my life? Where do I get started? So I'm going to be giving you a few tips to help you unstuck yourself from that situation. The first one is that you have to take responsibility for your life. And I know you might be saying, I'm taking responsibility for my life. I mean, what do you mean? It doesn't make sense. I feel stuck. How do I take responsibility of my life? I think the first thing you have to do is understand that your life is yours to live. This is something I always say on my channel. This is something I always tell my friends. And I think it's very important because many people do forget that their lives are theirs to live. Many people forget that to a large extent, you sort of steer how your life, goes. So you have to come to yourself and then realize that your life is yours to live. Really, your life is yours to live, right? Which means you can make decisions for yourself, which means you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, doing whatever you want to do comes with its own consequences. But yeah, you need to know that first, you have that power, you have that autonomy, you are your own person. Your life is in your hands. I mean, yes, your life is in God's hands, but your basic day-to-day, a significant portion of the decisions you'll be making will be in your hands. So number one, just come to it that your life is yours to take. Take responsibility for your life, that my life is mine. I can make changes. I can do what needs to be done to give me the kind of life I need, right? That's number one. Secondly, you're going to have to take a journey through memory lane and try to remember when you started feeling this way. Is it because you got tired with your job? Do you feel tired with your marriage? Do you feel like when did it start? Helping you understand when it started can help you make the right decision, the next step to take. So is it because you're feeling bored with your job? Is it because you don't like where you live? Is it because of what somebody said? Maybe you were doing good and someone said, oh wow, your mates are doing better than this, and then all of a sudden you're feeling like, oh my god, I need to move, I feel stuck and all of that. So you have to go back memory lane. Just take time out with yourself. If you're on my channel, you know that I'm a big fan of having conversations with yourself, and know where it started. Just trace back, okay, where did it start? Because when it start, where and when it started can determine what you do next, right? So once you do that, the next thing, that's number three, the next thing you want to do is taking action and moving towards that. So based on when it started, based on when you felt like you still feeling stuck, you can analyze that. If it is because your job has become boring, you can analyze, okay, so at this point I felt like I stopped growing, or at this point I felt like this job is not doing me justice and I want better. So what do you do to that? You move. You start making plans to move. You start saying, okay, do I need to upskill? Do I need to get more certifications? This is where I want to be. If you want to unstuck yourself, it means you're trying to take yourself from one place to another place. You might not know exactly where, but you know that you want to be somewhere where you feel like you have endless possibilities, endless opportunities, right? So if that feeling of being stuck came from your job, you might start thinking, okay, do I upskill? Do I get new roles? Do I learn more? Do I take more courses? All of those things. And then you have to follow it up with action. Start immediately. The limited resources you have are what you would use to effect that change, to take that action, right? Don't be shy, take the action. If it is because you're in a relationship that feels like it's not serving you anymore, and you've tried your best, you've worked with the people in the relationships, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, even friendships, platonic friendships, familiar relationships, sometimes you feel like it's not serving you as it should, or it's taking more from you than it should, and you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you want out. Trace it back to that, and then ask yourself, what decisions do I have to make this happen, or what would a typical escape, as it were, solution for me in this situation look like? So if you're in a bad relationship, I know that, okay, you have to get out of this relationship. If it is because you are being abused in some form, the first step is to say, okay, I need help, I need to talk to somebody about this, or I need to report this to this person, I need to do something, right? That thing that you need to do, just do it. What's the worst that will happen? Like, really, what's the worst that will happen? It can go wrong. You're already in a wrong situation. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? The good thing that could happen is you could get your salvation from there, and you could unstuck yourself. So trace back, like I said, trace back to where you started, so you know the source of the being stuck, and then you can take actions. Please do take actions, right? And then just move. You are not a tree, you can move. Please move, just do something. Sometimes the excitement of being able to do something can even broaden your mind to the possibilities that are open to you, can make you feel alive, can unstuck you somewhat as a byproduct of that. So just move, take an action, change jobs, quit that job. If that job is giving you mental stress, just take a bold action. Now we bring to the third part. The third part is that, like I said in the beginning, there are consequences to these actions, right? So if you're feeling stuck and you want to unstuck yourself, and you know where the feeling is coming from, and you know the actions you have to take, and you take those actions, you have to understand that these actions do come with consequences, whether good or bad, right? And you have to be willing to embrace those consequences. Like I said earlier, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, that's why I ask myself most times when I want to take major decisions, when I feel stuck, or I feel like I need to change some part of my life, or I need to make a major decision. I ask myself, what's the worst that could happen? It goes wrong. Okay, I'm already in a bad situation. What if it goes right? And then even if it does go wrong, you know, okay, that is one way to not solve this problem, right? And then you start the process again. What other way, what other solution can I do to unstuck myself? But all of these things can only be possible if you understand that your life is yours to live. If you understand that you have the power, you have the autonomy to change your life, you have the power to change your situation, you have the power to do what needs to be done to live the kind of life you want to live, right? I understand that there's some legitimate reasons that legitimate situations where you feel stuck and it feels like you're really helpless and nothing, but it's really the case. There's always something you can do, and sometimes it might seem a bit selfish, especially when you have to choose yourself first, and you have to make certain decisions where other people will have to take the back seat while you take the front seat in your life. But yeah, it is worth it. It is worth it, because you don't want to live the next 5-10 years feeling stuck, feeling resentful because you didn't take charge of your life. Okay, so I hope this helped. I know it was short, but I hope it helped. My name is Oyin Consolami, and you can subscribe, follow, like, share this to people you think might help. Watch it, save it. You know, if you think it really helped you, please let me know in the comment section. If you think there are other things I should have added, or other things you have done that have helped you come out of a bad situation from feeling stuck, please let me know in the comment section. I'm always willing to learn from you too. Thank you for listening to this video and watching. See you next time. Once again, my name is Oyin Consolami. Bye.